So I've made 2 passes on this lake with the kayak, trolled all the way down to the east end and then all the way back with a gold deep diver swimmer bait. Gold is what works best on this lake. Of the color of the lake, Steve, the guy we've rented from a couple of different times on the north end of the lake, he has the only set of cabins on this entire lake. There's 4 of them and he rents them out. It's called Tahquamenon Lake Resort. You know, the first time we came here was 2020, and Steve told us, hey, the only thing that works on that lake is gold lures. So last year, before Jeremy and I came up and stayed there, we all went out and bought a bunch of gold lures. So I threw on the gold deep diver swimmer bait and trolled all the way down to the east end and back and didn't get a single bite. So no luck really so far. It is the middle of the day, so not really expecting the fish bite to be happening too much right now, but we'll try again here later. I'm gonna cook up some deer steak on the campfire tonight. Looking forward to that. I have some mixed rice, kind of like it's not a Mexican style, but a spicy rice mix. Be able to cook that up with some deer steak. It's gonna be a good dinner. Not too shabby. All right, guys, so for dinner, we're having spiced rice. It's gonna be fantastic. We have brats and venison tenderloin over the fire. Now that, to me, is a good camping meal. It's gonna be delicious. So yummy. Well, good evening. My belly is full. Dinner was amazing. It's now 7:22 p.m. and I have been up and down this lake probably 4 times fishing, and the entire length of it, and I haven't caught a single fish. Did some trolling for pike and walleye, had no luck, so it is what it is, I guess, but the view ain't too bad either. I'll probably make one more pass here around 8:30, just before dark, and see if anything's biting. Hopefully I don't get too comfortable, because if I do, I ain't going back out. I might just be sitting my butt right here. There's the beaver. Saw him come across the lake earlier, and then now he's going right in front of me. Morning. It is 6:30 in the morning. Campground is really quiet. There's people. I don't have this campground to myself, but I mean, there's not a lot of people here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 other sites are taken up. I think today I'm gonna go do the Lake Superior hike on the North Country Trail. I'll do that first thing in the morning, otherwise it'll be too hot. So I'm gonna have coffee and maybe a little bit of breakfast, and then head out and go do that. And then after that, I might do Crisp Point Lighthouse as well, because it's right here. It's either that or Tahquamenon Falls. I'm not sure yet, but I am gonna do some sightseeing today, and then come back here by noon and then have the rest of the day to kayak and fish. I did not catch a single freaking fish yesterday. It was horrible. It's absolutely horrible. The Canadian wildfires have all this haze and smoke in the air right now. It looks foggy, and I thought that was what it was on Sunday or Saturday. No, Sunday, when I was hiking Pigeon Rocks. I kept thinking it was fog, but it wasn't. It's Canadian wildfire smoke. We're gonna enjoy today, do some hiking, sightseeing, and then back here to fish. First. Coffee. Got the glorious Death Wish coffee going. Need that really bad. Good morning. Again. I'm gonna have to stop and spray again. These bugs are horrible. We are starting our morning off with a adventure on the North Country Trail to Lake Superior to pick blueberries. So up on the bluff of Lake Superior, there is just blueberries galore, and right now is like prime time for picking. So we are gonna, or I'm gonna walk this North Country Trail. I've done this hike, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and it's literally out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I've seen bear scat, wolf scat, deer. I've seen everything on this trail. Comes up by the Two-Hearted River, and on a good clear, it's kind of hazy and overcast today. Actually, you can hear thunder in the background, and I'm looking at the sky thinking, I hope it doesn't freaking rain. It comes up by the Two-Hearted River. On a clear day, you can see brown trout swimming. And I've taken my fishing pole down there. Oh my god, that bugs. I've taken my fishing pole down there a couple times. I've never had any luck, but you can see them down there. It is, I don't know, I think 3.5 miles out the Superior. So depending on how far I go, once I get to the bluffs, it'll be a minimum 7-mile hike. Realistically, probably going to be about 10 miles. I wanted to do this early while it was overcast and not so hot, because it's supposed to be up to like 84 today, 92 with the heat index. So I did this 2 years ago, right in the middle of the day, and it was like 80 some degrees out too, and it was brutal. I couldn't even make it all the way. It was so hot. But there's a nice breeze today this morning. It's cool. Oh my gosh, the bugs. So yeah, it's gonna be a good day if I don't get eaten alive. All right, guys, just to give you a quick idea of how remote this trail really is, out in the middle of the UP wilderness. It is crazy remote. There ain't another soul out here. So yeah, I was telling you about it. I've seen bear scat on this trail before. Well, I'm only about a mile in, and I found my looks somewhat fresh actually. Bear scat. You can see the berries and the nuts in there too. So we'll keep our eye out for black bear. Typically black bear, they're afraid of you. I don't know if any of you have hunted white-tailed deer before, but you know, they're very similar. Typically if they see you, they're gonna run. The old saying is if they're black, fight back. So if a black bear comes close to you, you know, typically you would yell at it or scream and it would run away. They don't want anything to do with you for the most part, unless you're enticing them or have some sort of food source that they're wanting. But what a beautiful morning. Bugs are horrible. Oh my god, this year, I've said this in a prior video, but this year the bugs are the worst it's ever been up here. I don't know if that's just because I had so much rain recently or what, but my goodness. I should have worn my other hat, which keeps the bugs off my head a lot better. This one has a mesh top and they can bite right through it, and I've already gotten 3 or 4 bites on my head, so my head's gonna look like a freaking watermelon when I'm done. North Country Trail is identified by blue markers on trees. Just like that. It's just a tiny little trail. Takes you all the way through this piece of wilderness up to the bluffs of Lake Superior. And Steve, the guy that owns Tahquamenon Cabins, which is the lake I'm staying at, he's the one that walks this every single month and clears it if there's any debris in the way, if a tree's falling over or anything like that. But he always keeps it super clean. Just heard something scatter over there. Wasn't anything big, but something small in the bushes. This whole woods is just ferns. It's absolutely incredible. Man, I hope it doesn't rain. Wish I had radar, but I don't. If I get wet, probably not gonna melt. Anyway, we'll keep moving forward. For some reason I start to hear thunder again, or
we feel some raindrops, we can always turn around and try to do this again tomorrow, but we're gonna try to get it done this morning. So we have come to the east branch of the Two-Hearted River. This is where you can, on a clear day, you can see through the water and look at all the brown trout swimming, but I'm not able to see much today. Put my polarized sunglasses on, I might be able to, but it's very hazy, overcast. The Canadian wildfires have created a hazy week this week, but it's all good. We are 1.8 miles into the hike, and probably have another 1.7 or so to go. We're about halfway to Superior. Should be lots of blueberries out, I'm hoping. Saw a lady yesterday that was in our campground. She said that they came up last August, like the first week of August, and they were already dried up and not very good. So sounds like now should be about the right time. But I know in 2020 when Jeremy Lear and I came up here, it was third week of August 22nd, I believe, or something like that. They were perfectly ripe, and that was late August. So who knows, we're gonna find out. I'm hoping we can get up there and pick a bag and take back to camp for a little snack later. If not, it'll be a good morning to get out and hike anyway. But you can see all the burn in the back. This burnt 10 years ago, or actually it was it 2016? It was a Duck Lake fire, and you can just see it's all dead woods. It's the regeneration is coming back pretty quickly though. I mean, 10 years when you're talking forest regen is not that long. The trail's kind of overgrown right here. Now these campgrounds that I'm staying at, they're not your typical RV hookup and septic and all that campground. These are campgrounds in the middle of nowhere, tent sites only. They do have pit toilets, so that's nice, and they're really clean too. It is the true camping experience when you come out here and stay at the places that I stay at. We've hit one of the trails here. See if I can see any bear tracks or anything. Oh, there's deer tracks. Got some deer tracks. Do not see any bear paw. Lots of deer tracks. Don't see any bear paws yet. Just a little over a mile to go before we reach Superior, so I'll check back in when we get up there, and hopefully the blueberries are ready for picking. So right there is the bluffs I was talking about earlier to Superior. You got to walk up these sand hills, bluffs, whatever you want to call them, and then on the other side is Lake Superior. Yeah, the wind has picked up a little bit because we're getting close to the lake. It's literally right over these hills and bluffs. I always like coming up here because once you crest the hill, it's like 10 degrees cooler. That wind, Lake Superior wind, just hits you, and it's pretty awesome. But all right, let's go check out. Blueberries are on top of this hill up here. Hopefully they're ripe for the picking. All right, so we made it on top of the bluffs. You got Lake Superior in the background, and guess what, guys? Blueberries galore. Look at those blueberries. They're everywhere up here. Wild blueberries. Literally as far as your eye can see. Let's get to picking. Oh, these look amazing. Oh, they're so good. Wild blueberries, nothing better. Good stuff. All right, so we got ourselves a small bag of blueberries, but I think our adventure is gonna get cut short. There is a storm out in Superior right now, and I hear lots of thunder. You can see rain out there too. So I'm probably gonna have to head back. I'm 3 miles away from camp, and I don't want to get caught in any storm. I don't know if it's going to hit me or not. You can never tell when it's over the water like that, but it does look fairly close. I might hike up here just a little bit further, see what we got, and then head back. So great morning hike. I'm sweating like a banshee, but I'm gonna try to get out of here before the storm hits. So I just found a bear print. I don't know if you can see that in the camera or not because it's in the sand. But there's one there and there's one here. Nope, and there's one up here too. So the black bear's been taking the same trail as me. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't get eaten by a black bear. I think I'll be good though. Plus that storm's coming in, which I haven't left yet, but nothing like a protein bar and fresh blueberries for breakfast. And more bear prints, bear tracks. Awesome. All right, so we're on our way back. I am on my way back, I guess. It's camp. Got about another 2.5 miles. The North Country Trail. 2 years ago when I did this solo trip, I did a video and said, oh, it's about 2,800 miles. Well, I was wrong. The North Country Trail extends from Maine to North Dakota. It is the longest trail in the United States, and it is roughly 4,800 miles long. 4,800 miles. So I don't know how long it would take to do the whole thing, but I mean, if you averaged 10 miles a day, or even 15, do the math, figure it out, take a long time. But it is pretty incredible. And some of the views, even just on this short 7-mile hike that I've done today, are pretty stunning. Haven't seen any wildlife yet, other than a couple chipmunks. There are moose up in the UP. I have not seen one. Every once in a while you'll see people post pictures of a sighting on the UP Facebook pages that I follow, but I've never seen one up here. Heck, the only black bear I saw was at Pitcher Rocks 2 years ago when I was doing the Chapel Loop Trail hike, which was surprising to see one there, but I did. Anyway, yeah, hike back. Oh, I got another 45 minutes to an hour, I'd say. Currently walking through the burn of the Duck Lake forest fire again. You can see the burn there, all that dead wood just standing. Pretty incredible hike. I think when we get back, I'm gonna jump in the lake, wash off this stinky body. I do want to go out to Crisp Point Lighthouse, but I think I might actually do that tonight and watch the sunset on Lake Superior next to the lighthouse. I think that'd be kind of cool. Looking forward to jumping in the lake, cooling down, rinsing off, and then probably doing some fishing. We're in the thick stuff. All right, guys, made it alive. We're at the end of the trail, coming up to the Colhane Lake campground entrance. Been a great hike. Great morning, very sweaty, very buggy. All right, everybody, we're taking a adventure out to Crisp Point Lighthouse. My favorite lighthouse by far, out in the middle of nowhere, right on the banks of Superior. The road conditions to get out to Crisp Point are horrendous. like you have to drive 12 to 14 mile an hour the entire way. It's an 8-mile drive from the campground that I'm staying at, and it'll probably take me, I don't know, close to an hour to get there, 45 minutes at least. And this is a little bit of the road going out there, but this is actually the nice part of the road. I'm going 25 right now, but very shortly we'll be down to probably 12 mile an hour. This road is treacherous. It'd be fun with a side-by-side, man, just ripping and tailing through here. But with a vehicle, you gotta go slow. Real slow. 12 mile an hour is what I'm doing now. Holy cow, and I gotta hit the brakes. Anyway, next stop, Point Lighthouse. Alright guys, so I've arrived at Point Lighthouse, right on the banks of Superior. The last time I got out here, I was the only person out here because I was out here like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. It is 1 in the afternoon exactly right now. Parking lot's not full, but there's, I don't know, quite a few people out here. But here's the view of Superior. People down there rock hunting, but then you turn around and here's Point Lighthouse. Pretty cool little place. So we're inside and we're gonna go up to the top of this lighthouse. Holy cow, I'm out of shape. Good view of awesome Lake Superior. And we've reached the top. Pretty neat. On top of Point Lighthouse, overlooking Lake Superior. It is a pretty cool thing to do up here. Just walk around. So I had to go into Paradise to get ice. Haven't gotten there yet, but Tahquamenon Falls is on the way, so I decided to stop. It's a pretty cool place. I'm usually here early in the morning when there's nobody here. The freaking parking lot is completely packed. Hundreds of people here. Very busy. The lower brink, which is the best part of it, is closed too, so looks like they're doing some reconstruction on the boardwalk area there, so we'll go out and take a look from the upper viewing standpoints. Yeah, unexpected stop for today. Been a long day. 7-mile hike this morning out to the Superior Bluffs and then to Point Lighthouse. Took a swim in Lake Superior. Now we're out at Tahquamenon Falls. This is the Upper Falls. Upper Tahquamenon Falls. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive waterfall. Every time I come here, it just looks bigger and bigger. What an awesome waterfall. I believe this is the biggest waterfall east of the Mississippi, if I remember. I think it's second in size to Niagara. I could be wrong. Maybe it's third, but the brink is closed. Like I said, there looks like they're building a whole new boardwalk so you can kind of walk out over, which would be neat. Y'all see that lake right there? It ain't got no fish in it. My God, I have fished the crap out of this lake. And I have not caught a single pike. I have not caught a single bluegill. I've not caught a single walleye. The only thing I've caught like 100 of those little tiny perch, 100 of them. And then today I actually caught a big perch. Other than that, I have not caught a single thing. I'm catching all these little perch. It's ridiculous. The North Country Trail, today I took it up to the bluffs on Superior, which is north of here. I just realized that the North Country Trail runs south through the campground I'm in and around about half of Colhane Lake. Let's go on a hike. At all the years I've been coming here, I had no idea the North Country Trail went south of Colhane too. North Country Pathway. Let's see how well groomed this trail is going this way. It's getting dark. Some rain clouds have been lingering over. Now I guarantee you this part of the trail is hardly ever traveled. There was a group of backpackers that came through last night and actually stayed at the campsite right behind mine, and that was the first set of hikers I've ever seen come through here at all the years we've been coming here, or I've been coming here. So oh, the pines out here are just so beautiful, and the smell is just piney. Something got demolished. A bird of some sort. It's so quiet out here. Here you can see the lake. Man, this is thick stuff. Crazy. Whoa. All these years, had no idea. Oh, here's like a little... Oh yeah, look at those clouds. Looks like we might get wet. I'm not gonna go too much further. It actually starts to curve back around away from the lake here in a little bit. So once that happens, turn around and go back, because it does look like it's gonna rain. I don't want to get wet. As you can see, this part of the North Country Trail does not get used very much. I mean, there's a trail, but it is very overgrown. And I've actually hit the point of the trail where it starts going away from the lake, so I'm going to turn around here in a minute. But I mean, it is I'd say somebody needs to come through here, probably cut this stuff. Oh god, bugs are horrible back here too because it's so thick. Man, this is really cool back here though. Just amazed by how much wilderness is up here, man. I bet Steve has this path going all the way around the lake for some reason. I just bet he does. North Country Trail doesn't show it going all the way around the lake, but I bet he does. I mean, I have gone far enough. I'm a good mile in, and I gotta go a mile back through all the thick brush and ferns. Who knows how many ticks I have on me. It's always fun. All right, so tomorrow is my last day, last full day here. I'm gonna get up and go on a hike somewhere. I don't know where, but I might even hike out to the bluffs again, but go further this time. You can keep going forever on the lakeshore, up on the bluffs. And we've only walked down there a little ways, so I think tomorrow I might walk that down an extra, I don't know, 2 miles maybe, and make a 10-miler out of it. I don't know. Either way, we're gonna do a really big hike in the morning, get our exercise for the day, then come back and try to fish. Try is the key word, because there's been zero luck so far. I still got a ways to get back to camp. It's been a good night hike. We're gonna call this video the end of today. It's been a long day. Long hikes. Lots of cool things. Point Lighthouse. Tahquamenon Falls. Went swimming in Lake Superior again. Took a bath in Lake Superior again. And going on another hike tonight, right now. Did a lot of fishing. Yeah, today was a filled day. Awesome day. So tomorrow we're gonna make the best of our last day, and then probably pack up camp tomorrow night before dark. And that way all we gotta do is tear down the tent in the morning and get out of here. Morning, everybody. I got up bright and early this morning. We are gonna start our day with a long hike. We are going out to the bluffs of Superior again. I might take a little bit different path to get there. There's one area, like when you get up to one of the there's like a snowmobile trail, 412. Take a right. Usually I take a left and go up to the bluffs, but if you take a right, I noticed another pathway to get down to Superior. And I'm curious to know if there's like a little beach area down there, or if you can even access Superior from that trail. It looks like on the Onyx hunt that you can. So I'm gonna go check it out. And then head up to the bluffs. Maybe go a little bit further than what I have done in the past. But I wanna get a good hike in this morning and then go back and do some fishing. And man, I'm already seeing deer. These deer tracks weren't here yesterday. Definitely fresh tracks. But oh my god, the bugs are horrible. Like if you just stop, the only thing you can hear is all around you. I mean, it is just insanely buggy this year. Nothing like walking through the UP wilderness at 7:15 in the morning, kicking off your day. Well, folks, my hike this morning just got cut short. The storm just rolled up and the wind started picking up like crazy, and I can smell the rain. It's about ready to rain, so thank goodness I'm only maybe a mile into the hike, so I gotta push it back to camp so I don't get soaking wet here. Maybe we'll try to go back out and do this again after this passes. And everything just got super foggy and wet. That's what I missed by turning around. Glad I turned around. It's not raining right here at the campsite. There's my little chair I've been sitting in. But literally 100 yards out into the lake, it's raining. So yeah, glad I turned around. All right, take two on the long hike that was supposed to happen at 7:15 this morning, but I let that little front pass. Went back to the campsite and fished for like 2.5 hours. It's probably 58 degrees. I don't know. It's cold. And I don't think it's going to warm up any today. Well, I just found fresh blueberries. Ooh, there's a good one. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, look at all these. What a find. Oh, these are big. What a morning treat. Oh, what a perfect morning to hike. Oh man, those blueberries are good. You know when you get that feeling like you're gonna see some wildlife? I get that feeling right now. Let's see if that feeling is right. Yeah, remind me to stop here on my way out. Great fire starter right there. This stuff's amazing. It's so flammable. If you're picking birch bark off of a live tree, you want to make sure that you're only taking the top layer. You're not taking anything underneath of it, and you're not taking too much. Dried up birch bark just laying on the ground from down trees. Primo. What's that song? Terrific fire start touch. I can't remember who sings that. It's like back in high school days, like mid 90s or something. All right, guys, we found the holy grail of blueberries. Oh my gosh, this bush is just full of them. That's the biggest bush I've seen. Wild UP blueberries, man. I mean, you just look on the trail and they're everywhere. So delicious. No wildlife yet, so my feeling must have just been a feeling and not reality. Where the North Country Trail hits 412, which is essentially a trail, I usually take a left and go up to the Bluffs of Superior, which is another mile and a half away. If I took a right and went down this path, it looks like it might lead right out to where the Two-Hearted River comes in to Lake Superior. It's always fun to explore something new, and hopefully when we get down there it'll be a really cool sight. Obviously nobody travels this trail. Looks like there's some old side-by-side or maybe four-wheeler tracks, I'm not sure. There's 0 footprints. Alright, I'll give you an update once we get there. Now how freaking cool is this? You got Lake Superior in the background, you got dunes in between, and the Two-Hearted River right here. And if we follow this, oh, this is just awesome. How have I never seen this? Just incredible. Why have I never taken this route? Oh my gosh. Wow, guys, holy cow, look at this bright white rock. Oh, that's coming home. I've never seen anything like that. Maybe that's an agate. Wow, this is so cool. The river, Lake Superior. This is like a hidden little gem, man. There's nobody out here. You're so far away from people. I mean, there is a couple like houses on the bluff back there. Four houses to be exact. But I guarantee you they are not full-time residents. Those are vacation, and that's the only 4 homes within 40 miles on the shoreline. Literally, there's no other homes on the shoreline except those. Wow, this is neat. You can literally take this all the way out to where the river meets Superior. So I think we're gonna do that. Wow. Look at that shoreline, all that deadwood, driftwood. So cool. You got dunes in the background over there too. I love finding new stuff. All right, I'm gonna go explore a little bit. Sure is a pretty view. Well, there's private property right there. There's a sign right there. I don't know if you can see it in the video. So I'm not gonna go past that point. Although it does say this is all public ground. But just in case, I'm not gonna cross that line. We're gonna go back out here and walk back. Very, very neat. I can't believe this is, I don't know, maybe a half mile away from where I normally turn left to go up the bluffs. And Two-Hearted River and Lake Superior meet. Pretty cool. I can't tell you how many bear prints, bear tracks I have seen in this area. Holy cow, I mean, they're everywhere. I keep looking around to see if I see one, but there are literally bear tracks all up and down this little stretch here. My guess is they come down to this river during the salmon run and feast on the fish in the river. That's my guess. By far the most bear tracks I've seen in the UP is right here. I mean, it's just about every other step and you're seeing a new set. I mean, it could be the same set, but I mean, they're just everywhere. Just a very cool area, man. This is unbelievable. I'm gonna go back up. There's another trail that takes you to the other side of the Two-Hearted River in Lake Superior. So I'm gonna go check that out now. And get a view from the other side. We'll be able to get down on the beach of Superior too once we get over there. Wow, I just can't get over this. So beautiful. All right, guys, I'm gonna hike back up this trail, and we're gonna take the other trail that splits off from this trail, which will lead me to the other side of the river on the beach of Superior. So give me about 10 minutes here, and we'll give everybody a view from the other side. But man, this is just cool. I was hoping I could cross here to go to Superior, but I can't. All right, update soon to come. All right, so I came down this other trail and there's this big turnaround area. I guess for like side-by-sides and people riding or something. But then there's this trail right here that leads, I think, down to Superior. So we're gonna take it. I do see footprints, so somebody's been down here. I didn't see any footprints at the other spot I was at. Oh. Dead end. This is private property? This is all public. Well, guess we will go back up. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to go back up the country trail to the bluffs or if I'm just going to take the country trail back to Colhane Lake, but I'm already over 3 miles. I did a couple miles this morning, so if I go back right now, it's going to put me pretty close to 10 miles for the day. So let me get back to the country trail, which is just up the way a little bit. Then I'll have to make a decision. Well, this has been cool, something different. All right, guys. I am about back to camp. I probably got a mile left, but I did stop on my way back at that down birch tree and grab some birch bark for my campfire later. I just stopped on the trail here and had a sense of just, being blessed. After being in the mortgage industry for 20 years, it was time for me to make a change. It was time for me to make a change. I'm very, very blessed. I did interview for a position out of Indianapolis, and it was a long 6 weeks of interviews and tests and ride-alongs, and very happy and fortunate to say that I was extended that offer. And today is July 16th, and I start that job on the 28th of July. I'm beyond excited, guys. I really am. I can't tell you how excited I am to start something new. I'm just very fortunate and blessed to be able to make that jump and leap. So this trip was taken in between my 2 jobs. My last day at the company I was with in the mortgage industry was July 10th. So today's July 16th. Pretty surreal. I wanted a trip to clear my head and kind of start fresh. And 43 years old, starting a whole new career, and looking forward to it. But I just wanted to get away and do what I love most, and that's being out in nature, being out in the woods, fishing, hiking, camping. I wish I could do so much more of it every year. I just, we can only do what we can do with time off at work. But I have 2.5 weeks in between jobs, and I do go home tomorrow. So I'm going to pack up camp tonight, and then I'm going to wake up early, probably around 6 in the morning, and head home tomorrow. But it's been awesome. This is exactly what I needed in between this job change, in between just all the stresses in life and things going on. And I know Nicole, my wife, she thinks I'm crazy to come out here in the middle of nowhere and no cell service, no nothing, and just being in the woods, being in the UP wilderness, and just enjoying myself. But this is what my heart needs, this is what my mind needs, and this is what I need. I hope to continue we've been doing so many cool trips lately, right? It's gonna be a while before we do another trip, probably next spring break. But we'll have little weekend outings that I'll be doing videos on and sharing with everybody on YouTube. But right now I'm in the middle of our Canadian trip, journey through the heart of the Canadian Rockies. I posted episode 2 on Friday. I get home Thursday night, so it'll probably be Friday night, maybe Saturday before I get episode 3 posted. I'll run that series of 6 episodes before I post this trip video. And so this will probably be posted in either late August or early September. But yeah, it's pretty surreal. Sit out here on this trail. You know, both yesterday and today, I never passed a single human being. And I've been hiking in total 8-9 hours. Not one human being. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Just wanted to sit down and share. Got my birch bark. Probably gonna go back, do a little fishing and start a fire and enjoy the last 9 hours or so of daylight before packing up and hitting the sack.